And welcome back. What an exciting weekend that was snow-wise. Lots of stuff going on this weekend, but we still have some more issues to deal with today. We're not completely out of the woods yet. Let's take a look at what happened over the weekend. There were these two big low-pressure systems that were kind of moving up the coast here, and it started out as all snow. This started maybe Saturday night into early Sunday morning. It started out as snow, but as the low-pressure systems moved up the coast, they were pushed up by this southerly wind here, and this was some warm air, and that's why things started kind of switching over during the day on Sunday. We saw a mix of sleet, we saw some rain in there in some spots, and we saw some snow, and that kept the snow totals down, especially across the southern tier. At the Binghamton Airport, we only picked up just about 3 inches of snow, but that's because it was really pressed down by all that heavy sleet and that heavy snow on top of it. And up to the north in Syracuse, they picked up 10 inches of snow. Watertown even more than that, about a foot to around 14 or 15 inches up there. So it really depended on how far north you were, and that's how much snow you got. But then as the system started to move up the coast again, the air kind of wrapped around the low pressure system. Air flows counterclockwise around a low pressure system, and now we have some very cold air coming down from Canada, and that's what we're seeing this morning. This is the picture of this morning, and all this stuff right here is lake effect snow. So this cold air is coming down, the winds have started to pick up, and the temperatures have gone way down. We're seeing temperatures of 18 degrees in Ithaca, 16 in Binghamton, 19 in Elmira, a little bit warmer up to the north end. Buffalo, they're at 21, Rochester, double 2, Syracuse, 13, and up in Watertown, they're pretty cold, up at 13 degrees. That's also why we're seeing all these little lake effect bands that are kind of just scattered around New York State, really around all around the northeast, and you can see that northwest wind. Look at these patterns of snow. You can show that northwest wind is coming right over the lake, and when cold air goes over the warmer lakes, that causes lake effect snow, and that's what we're seeing this morning. The good news, though, is that this lake effect will start tapering off probably right around lunchtime. I think the winds will start to die down. Right now we're seeing winds gusting to up to 35 miles an hour around the region, but I think that as we progress through the day, the winds will start to shift to the west, and they'll also start to slow down a little bit. So the lake effect snow will wear off, but the big story this morning is going to be blowing snow. Although we picked up a bunch of snow yesterday, and those strong winds will be blowing it onto the road this morning and this afternoon. So be very careful as you head to work, and also as you head home to work, because blowing snow is certainly going to be an issue today. The good news, though, is that after this lake effect stuff kind of dies off, a high pressure system comes up from the south, and tomorrow we're left with a mix of sun and clouds. I do think we are going to see some sun tomorrow. It's not going to be a brilliantly clear day, but it's going to be a lot nicer than what we've seen the last couple of days. We've had those 2 snowstorms in the last 4 days or so, so it is going to be a nice break for your Tuesday. This morning, though, it's going to be windy, and the wind chill is going to be near 0 degrees. Very cold out there. Lake effect snow flurries for the midday, and the blowing snow will continue throughout the day, so be careful. Cloudy and breezy for your ride home, and high temperatures in the mid-20s. Overnight tonight, it'll be mostly cloudy and cold with those wind chills very cold. And then Tuesday, as I said, not a bad day. A high temperature of around 33 degrees. Things will start warming up even more as we head through Wednesday. There's another chance of some snow showers, maybe mixed with some rain and some freezing rain on Wednesday night, but nothing too big. Definitely not like what we saw yesterday as we get up to a high temperature of around 38 degrees. So even though some schools are on delays, and by the way, you can see the most updated delays and closings on the bottom of your screen, the Rock On Cafe menu is still going on, so here's what the kids are having for lunch today.
Good morning. I am Hannah from May Memorial. Today's Rock On Caf menu is chicken nuggets with dipping sauce, blended rice and green beans, fruit and milk. Stop by your cafeteria and check out the new Rock On Cafe. Rock on.
Rock on.
Rock
All
on.
right.
Chicken nuggets is good.
Classic.
Exactly. They got to start serving some hot chocolate at lunch. That's good for the snow.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan. Coming up right after the break, we'll check your local stocks. Plus, if you're thinking about buying a GPS as a holiday